Please be seated. Good morning, class of 2016. I told you we'd be out here. Good morning and welcome to a wonderful day of tradition and celebration. Dickinson Pride runs high today as we gather together as a community of faculty, staff, honored guests, and families and friends to celebrate these 527 very happy, damp faces sitting in front of me. The class of 2016. Today is a rite of passage for each of you, but before proceeding, I'd like to acknowledge the people whose love, support, and guidance made it possible for you to be sitting here today. You did not get to this point in your lives today on your own. Would the parents, step-parents, and guardians of our graduates please stand so we can thank you? Let's add the grandparents, siblings, aunts, uncles, cousins, relatives I can't think of, friends. Give them a hug and say thank you later. Thank you for all you've done for our graduates. To the class of 2016, at the end of today's ceremony, you will cease to be Dickinson students and become alumni of the college. This significant transition is straightforward, yet profound. There is first a simple formal statement from me indicating that upon recommendation of the faculty to the Board of Trustees, I confer upon you your degrees. At that time, you'll be asked to switch the tassel on your mortarboard, your very dry mortarboard, to the other side to indicate symbolically that you are now a graduate and not an undergraduate student. It may seem like a simple gesture, but we all know that behind this statement was a whole lot of work, and I know you'll feel proud. After this, you will follow generations of Dickinsonians spanning 4 centuries who have preceded you down these stone steps. They include a President of the United States, a Chief Justice of the U.S. Supreme Court, Associate Justices, federal and Commonwealth judges, scholars, teachers, business leaders, entrepreneurs, artists, journalists, doctors, environmentalists, military officers, farmers, diplomats, and my favorite, scientists. Today, we will be honoring 3 distinguished honorary degree recipients. Dr. David Satcher, former U.S. Surgeon General, who is currently serving as founding director of and senior advisor for the Satcher Health Leadership Institute at the Morehouse School of Medicine. The college's good friend, Elaine Livas, founding director of Project SHARE and a member of Dickinson's class of 1983. And Tom Wolfe, an accomplished businessman and Pennsylvania's 47th governor, who will be delivering today's commencement address. It's a great pleasure. I welcome each of our degree recipients today. While we are here today primarily to celebrate the accomplishments of the class of 2016, today I'm delighted to continue a tradition started at last year's commencement ceremony, and that is recognition of the members of our faculty who are retiring this year. This year we have only 1 retiring faculty member, so I'd like to ask Professor William Bellinger, Professor of Economics, to stand and be recognized for his 35 years. 35 years of teaching, scholarship, and service to the college. Professor Bellinger, I know the scores of students whom you have taught and the many colleagues you've worked with throughout your decades here are grateful for your commitment to and deep affection for this college. Thank you for devoting your professional career to Dickinson. Now, class of 2016, as you leave your college days behind, you are taking Dickinson and this community with you. This community that each of you has worked so hard to build and to advance over the past 4 years. You have each made Dickinson a better place for those who will follow you. In all that you do and all that you accomplish in your lives, Dickinson will remain as the foundation and stepping off point, and each of you has the ability and responsibility to continue to influence this community and its students as you move forward as alumni. Remember that. Congratulations on your accomplishments, and I wish you all the best. I'd now like to invite Tara Visold Fisher, class of '02, to come forward and announce the awarding of the Phi Beta Kappa recognition.
Good morning. May I ask that this year's inductees to Phi Beta Kappa please stand. Since its founding in 1776, Phi Beta Kappa has been the most prestigious and selective of the intellectual honor societies in America. Dickinson's chapter of Phi Beta Kappa, the Alpha of Pennsylvania, celebrates its 129th anniversary this commencement. Each year, nationwide, less than 1% of college graduates are inducted into the society. The students standing before us have demonstrated exceptional academic achievement and good moral character. They rank in the top 9.3% of the graduating class. These students ask difficult, beautiful questions, and they don't settle for easy answers. As members of Dickinson's chapter of Phi Beta Kappa, these young scholars are well prepared for lives of sustained inquiry, inclusive leadership, and engaged citizenship. They will be ambassadors within their communities, encouraging individuals to listen to one another and consider multiple perspectives in order to arrive at solutions that bring people together to solve problems in ways that build a brighter future. As lifelong learners, we expect you to question everything and to find friends who will challenge you to do your best and support you in your continued curiosity. Your liberal arts education will be honored through constant and beautiful questioning. Please join me again in welcoming these new ambassadors for Dickinson's chapter of Phi Beta Kappa.
Now I'm pleased to invite to the podium John Mac Dinsmore, the president of the class of 2016, who will announce the winner of this year's Gano Memorial Award. Mac? This is the secret info.
The speech is in here too, right? Yeah. Cool. It is my privilege as the president of the class of 2016 to announce the 48th recipient of the Constance and Rose Gano Memorial Award. This award, established in 1969 in accordance with the testamentary wishes of the late William A. Gano, class of 1902, is to be given to that professor of Dickinson College who, by secret ballot of the members of the senior class immediately prior to their graduation, shall have been voted the most inspirational teacher during their college course. The faculty member being presented with the Gano Award receives a cash award and funds to be utilized for the purchase of books for the library, the acquisition of educational equipment, or the implementation of some other project that will enrich Dickinson's teaching or learning environment. It is with great pleasure that I now present the award to a highly valued member of the psychology department. Her scholarship concentrates in the areas of eating disorders, weight management, personality and interpersonal functioning, and cross-cultural considerations in psychological assessment. She is the principal investigator of the Clinical Assessment and Research Laboratory, in which she mentors and connects students with opportunities for independent project development and data collection aimed at enhancing the accuracy of psychological assessment and examining risk and maintenance factors for different forms of psychopathology. In 2014, the Division of Student Life recognized her for her outstanding support and mentorship of students by selecting her as the Advisor of the Year. She has made rich contributions to the college, both in and out of the classroom, as well as her field of study. It is therefore with great appreciation and genuine respect that I present the 2016 Gano Award to Suma Amwani.
It is now my pleasure to announce the recipients of the 3 senior prizes listed within the commencement program. The graduates who are about to receive these awards have not been informed in advance. The first 2 awards, the James Fowler Wrestling Prize and the John Patton Memorial Prize, are annually presented to members of the senior class whose academic records and accomplishments have been judged by the All-College Committee on Academic Programs and Standards as the most superior. This year, the Wrestling Prize recognizes excellent scholarly achievement goes to Kyle Lewis Liss, and the Patton Prize for high scholastic standing goes to Olivia Grace Calcetera. Will they please come forward? Come on up. Kyle came to Dickinson from Devon, Pennsylvania. He double majored in mathematics and physics, and in the fall he will be attending the University of Maryland pursuing a master's degree in applied mathematics. Olivia came to Dickinson from Glen Clove, New York. She majored in French and Francophone studies and minored in education. Olivia was accepted to the teaching assistant program in France and will start her position in September. This summer, she will work with a faculty member on a summer literacy program for migrant and English language learning youth here in the area. Congratulations to you both. The William F. Hufstadter Senior Prizes are annually awarded to the senior man and to the senior woman who, in the judgment of the president of the college, have made the greatest contribution to the good of the college during their undergraduate years. I have relied heavily upon the stated preferences of their classmates and the suggestions of faculty and administrators in selecting the recipients of these prizes. The 2016 winners of the Hufstadter Prizes are Faith Park and Ian Hauer. Please come forward. Though a longtime resident of the United States, Faith hails from South Korea. Here at Dickinson, she designed her own major in global health. Faith has accepted a fellowship with Princeton in Africa and will be assigned to a Population Services International's office in Johannesburg, South Africa, beginning this summer. Ian is a law and policy major from Santa Clara, California. This fall, Ian will be crossing the Atlantic Ocean to pursue a master's degree in philosophy and public policy at the London School of Economics. Congratulations to you both. Now I am pleased to invite to the podium our chair of the board, Jennifer Reynolds, who will announce the new Young Alumni Trustee.
In 2011, after a lot of careful thought and deliberation, the Board of Trustees decided that we would elect a member of the graduating senior class each year going forward to become a member of the Board of Trustees for a 2-year term with full voice and vote. This involved a very rigorous application and interview process. During our most recent board weekend, a couple of weeks ago, we interviewed the finalists, the Committee on Trustees. Although all board members had an opportunity to meet applicants earlier in the year, I have to say that each of you brought something very special to the table. Your commitment to the college is so admirable. And although there will be only one young alumni trustee, I hope that each and every one of you will continue to serve your college in many ways. We need you. So with that, it is my great pleasure to announce that the new Young Alumni Trustee from the class of 2016 is Ethan Lowry Andrews. Ethan. Congratulations. Yeah, all right, just stay right here. The trustees and president of Dickinson College in Carlisle, Pennsylvania, by this document, certify that in accordance with the bylaws of the college, Ethan Lowry Andrews, a member of the class of 2016, is hereby named the college's Young Alumni Trustee for the term July 1st, 2016 to June 30th, 2018, with all rights, privileges, and responsibilities of a trustee as set forth in the charter and bylaws of the college. And we are going to keep you extremely busy. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations to our newest Young Alumni Trustee. I would now like to ask Neil Leary, Director of Dickinson Center for Sustainability Education, to come forward.
At each of the past 4 commencements, Dickinson College has awarded the Sam Rose and Julie Walters Prize for Global Environmental Activism. The $100,000 prize recognizes an individual who has made a defining difference by advancing responsible action on behalf of the planet, its resources, and people. Sam Rose, graduate of the class of 1958, and his wife Julie Walters established the prize in 2012 to honor their good friend John Adams, co-founder of the Natural Resources Defense Council, as well as to show their support for Dickinson's sustainability initiative. Winners of the Rose Walters Prize spend a 3-day residency on our campus. The residencies have provided rich opportunities for our students to exchange ideas with leading environmental advocates. Members of the class of 2016, you have had the opportunity to meet and interact with all 4 of the past winners. These include author and climate change activist Bill McKibben in the spring of your first year, Lisa Jackson, the former U.S. EPA administrator and Apple's current vice president for environment policy and social initiatives in the fall of your sophomore year. Photographer, documentary filmmaker, and ice chaser James Baylog in your junior year, and actor, activist, and avenger Mark Ruffalo at the start of your senior and final year at Dickinson. This year's recipient of the prize is Elizabeth Colbert. Ms. Colbert's activism does not take the form of building global social movements, organizing protests, or working within the government or private sector to enact change, or engaging in civil disobedience. These forms of activism have been recognized by past awards of the Rose Walters Prize. Ms. Colbert's activism uses the written word. She's a staff writer for the New Yorker magazine and author of best-selling books. Her writing translates and synthesizes the work of scientists who explore the ways in which our world is changing, the causes of those changes, their consequences, and their importance for people. Her writing communicates this information to an expansive audience in ways that make the science vivid, real, accessible, and readable. In her words, she tries to make the story grab people. Her 3-part series on global warming, published in 2005 in The New Yorker, entitled The Climate of Man, won the Science Journalism Award of the American Association for the Advancement of Science, as well as the Communications Award of the National Academies of Science. The magazine series was subsequently adapted into book form and published in 2006 as Field Notes from a Catastrophe: Man, Nature, and Climate Change. Colbert's most recent book, The Sixth Extinction, An Unnatural History, tells the story of how human-caused climate change is threatening the survival of 20 to 50% of all living species in what biologists are calling the sixth mass extinction. The book was awarded the Pulitzer Prize for General Nonfiction in 2015. Elizabeth Colbert is not with us today, but I think you will appreciate her reason. She is attending the commencement ceremony of her son at Amherst College this morning. But she sent a message for the class of 2016 that I will read to you now. Dear graduates, family members, and the Dickinson College community, I wish I could be there. It would be great to be able to stand with you today and celebrate your graduation. And I wish I could be there to thank Sam Rose and Julie Walters for their generosity, and to thank Dickinson College for this extraordinary honor. I'm guessing the members of the class of 2016 have already heard a number of addresses this weekend. I imagine that one of the themes of these addresses has been change. A great many people have worked very hard to help you become the kinds of people you are today. You are the future leaders of this country, and as such, you have a serious responsibility. If the world is to become a better place, it will be through the changes you help to make possible, the changes you believe in. I have a slightly different message for you, which is, you are already changing the world, and you're doing this without meaning to. We all are. We are changing the climate, changing the chemistry of the oceans, and in the process, changing the texture of life on Earth. We are doing this through what seem to us to be very ordinary activities: driving, flying, turning on air conditioning. There are 7.4 billion people on the planet, and our impacts add up quickly. The great challenge for the next generation, for your generation, is, I think, not only to change the world, but also to figure out how not to. This is a subject I look forward to talking about next fall when I come to do a residency at Dickinson in September. Meanwhile, once again, congratulations to the class of 2016. Best wishes, Elizabeth Colbert.
Thank you, Neil. We will now move to the conferring of honorary degrees, and I'd like to invite Professor Marie Helwig Larson to come forward and introduce our first honored guest.
Your life has been marked by getting doctors to patients who don't have them. As a child growing up in rural Alabama in the 1940s, you nearly died. As your mom frequently recounted, you were 2 years old with a serious infection caused by whooping cough, and no doctor or hospital was available to help a rural family like yours. A black local doctor did come to your parents' farm on his day off, and after treating you, he told your parents that he did not expect you to live. But live you did, and you have often credited this transformative experience for inspiring you to become a physician. After graduating Phi Beta Kappa from Morehouse College in Atlanta in 1963, you just could not choose between a career in science or in medicine, and you went on to a joint MD PhD program in cell biology at Case Western Reserve University. Your research was in cytogenetics, and you examined the impact of radiation on chromosomal damage. You described these 7 years as enjoyable because you were able to combine patient contact, scientific research, and community involvement. This was just the beginning of your lifelong commitment to community. You have modeled for others how important it is to get young people interested in the health sciences and demonstrated that they can make a difference through their actions. You have improved public health by promoting good laboratory and behavioral science and nurturing in young people a strong desire for providing service to the community. You were director of the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention from 1993 to 1998. There you worked to increase childhood immunization, improve women's health care, and establish a centralized HIV/AIDS program. In your leadership at the CDC, you also focused on health as a global problem and established worldwide strategies for controlling emerging and resurgent infections such as Ebola, AIDS, and tuberculosis. You were appointed U.S. Surgeon General by President Bill Clinton in 1998 and continued to serve into President George W. Bush's first term until 2001. You also simultaneously served as Assistant Secretary for Health, becoming only the second person ever to serve in both positions. As the nation's top physician, you brought attention to the problems of suicide, mental health stigma, and smoking, and you called for action to promote sexual health and responsible sexual behavior among adolescents and adults. In 2006, you founded the Satcher Health Leadership Institute at the Morehouse School of Medicine, where you train leaders who can develop and promote fair and inclusive health system strategies. At this center, you have continued to work on improving public health for everyone and building leaders who can continue your work on eliminating health disparities for minorities, the poor, and other disadvantaged groups. Madam President, for his achievements in public health, in reducing ethnic and racial disparities in healthcare, and improving the health of people in underserved communities, I am honored to present to you Dr. David Satcher for the honorary degree of Doctor of Public Health.
David Satcher, upon the recommendation of the faculty to the Board of Trustees and by its mandamus, I confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Public Health, honoris causa, with all the rights, privileges, and distinction thereunto appertaining, in token of which I present you with this diploma and cause you to be invested with the hood of Dickinson College appropriate to your degree. Next honorary degree. No, that's not. Okay. Got it?
Elaine Livas is the founder and executive director of Project SHARE, an acronym for Survival, Help, and Recipient Education. You have dedicated your life's work to a more caring and compassionate community. You have supported and improved the lives of literally thousands of low-income families in the Carlisle region. You have also inspired the lives of hundreds of others who you have welcomed to be part of your efforts. So many Dickinsonians have been involved in Project SHARE through service learning courses and service days, internships and independent studies. An alumna wrote, Elaine Livas' remarkable open-door policy welcomes everyone. She wants the very best for all individuals who gather there to rise above the challenges of everyday life. And this includes volunteers, staff, and recipients alike. You have recruited and educated dozens of students and faculty, athletic teams, sororities and fraternities, service organizations, ComServe volunteers, Montgomery service leaders, and Baird Fellows to become aware, active, and engaged volunteers. A native of New England, you graduated cum laude with a major in anthropology and a minor in Russian from Dickinson College in 1983. Inspired by the plight of people whom you met in Carlisle who were struggling to feed themselves and their families, you founded Project SHARE in 1985 with the support of area churches to provide food to those in need. Under your leadership, more than 65 organizations throughout the region are now working together, providing food and nutrition classes to their neighbors, both adults and children who live below the poverty line. More than 35 local farmers donate fresh produce gleaned by Project SHARE volunteers and recipients so that those in need have greater access to fresh fruit and vegetables. Your concern about providing access to quality food reaches far beyond our local community. Your testimony about the need for food pantries to go beyond offering junk food was cited in the state's Blueprint for a Hunger-Free Pennsylvania. Influenced by your Quaker faith, your philosophy, and I quote, "It is not how caring your job is, but how much caring you bring to your job," infuses your work with those who find themselves homeless or in prison or in need of medical care they can't afford. Your commitment, determination, and faith in advocating for others is what has grown Project Share from the back of your car when you were a Dickinson student to the robust organization it is today. Were it not for your leadership, the realities of hunger in Carlisle would look much grimmer today. In recognition of your remarkable work, you have received numerous awards, including the Carlisle Area League of Voters, Community Service Award, the Jefferson Award for Outstanding Public Service, and the Alexis de Tocqueville Humanitarian Award from the United Way of Carlisle and Cumberland County. In 2007, you were named one of the 25 most influential Dickinsonians by Dickinson magazine. Madam President, for her engaged and empathic citizenship, her humble and generous spirit that has made such a difference in the lives of so many people in this community, and for serving as a model extraordinaire for myself, for generations of Dickinsonians, and for our entire community, I am humbled and honored to present to you Elaine Livas, class of 1983, for the honorary degree of Doctor of Public Service.
Elaine Livas, upon the recommendation of the faculty to the Board of Trustees and by its mandamus, I confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Public Service, honoris causa, with all the rights, privileges, and distinction thereunto appertaining, in token of which I present you with this diploma and cause you to be invested with the hood of Dickinson College, appropriate to your degree. I love her, I confess. She's lovable. Governor Wolf, please come forward.
Governor Tom Wolf, your life might remind us all of the road not taken. You were born and raised in Mount Wolf, Pennsylvania, a town named for your great-great-grandfather, and just 40 miles to the south of where we stand now. As a young high school graduate, you could have taken the short road here to Dickinson College like so many wise scholars seated before us. But no, you took a different and a longer road to a small, little-known school in snowy New Hampshire that also starts with a D. There you could have done your 4 years without a break, but no. At the tender young age of 19, the siren song of public service called you away to the Peace Corps and 2 years of service in a rural rice farming village in India. You returned to Dartmouth to finish your degree, but rather than return to York to join your family's business, you took another road, this time to earn a master's degree at the University of London. It is here where you met your wife-to-be Frances, where all good scholars meet their match, in the library. From there, it was back to the colonies, not to York, though, but to MIT. Here you earned your PhD in the master science. Here, of course, we speak, and my colleagues understand this, as political science. You also won the Schatzsnyder Prize for your 500-page thesis, judged to be the best political science dissertation completed in the nation that year. You were also offered a tenure-track position at Harvard. Would you take that road? No, your path would lead back home to Mount Wolf, where you finally joined the family business. Would you start with a white collar as the business's heir apparent? No, Tom Wolf, you would start with a blue collar and a more interesting title, forklift operator. In the meantime, you and Frances settled down to raise 2 daughters, both of whom you are rightly proud, Sarah, an architect, and Kate, a geologist. You and Frances also became pillars of the community, serving on boards too numerous to list, donating money to a litany of charities and causes, and bettering the community in which you live beyond any traditional measure. In the meantime, you built the Wolf Organization into the largest distributor of kitchen cabinets in the country, while also sharing 1/4 of all net profits with the workforce. Then in 2014, you decided it would be a good time to run for governor. You rose in the polls from an asterisk in January to an asteroid in November, winning the general election, going away with 55% of the vote. To be honest, the road since then has been tough. Tougher than even a political scientist might have predicted. But dither you didn't. Instead, you've used the governor's powers of executive order to expand protections from discrimination based on sexual orientation, gender expression, and gender identity for all state employees and all employees of contractors doing business in the Commonwealth. You also increased access in our schools and across the Commonwealth to naloxone, which reverses the potentially deadly effects of drug overdose, which, by the way, has surpassed traffic accidents to become the leading cause of accidental death in the country. Finally, and surely most importantly, with a stroke of your pen, you've expanded Medicaid in the state in order to cover more than 600,000 Pennsylvanians who were not previously covered, including 160,000 children. Two roads diverged in Penn's woods, and you, Governor Wolf, you've always taken the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. Madam President, for his achievements in public service and his exemplary leadership of and within the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, I am honored to present to you our commencement speaker for 2016, Governor Thomas Westerman Wolf, for the honorary degree of Doctor of Public Service.
Governor Wolf, upon the recommendation of the faculty to the Board of Trustees and by its mandamus, I confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Public Service, honoris causa, with all the rights, privileges, and distinction thereunto appertaining. In token of which, I present you with this diploma and cause you to be invested with the hood of Dickinson College appropriate to your degree.
Thank you.
And now it's my honor to ask the governor to deliver his remarks.
Thank you. And I hope you don't mind that I'm dressed formally. This is the rain is the weather is actually not cooperating. But anyway, I want to tell you how proud I am to be here with you and President Roseman, trustees, faculty, staff, my fellow honorary degree recipients, David and Elaine, and most of all, my fellow members of the Dickinson class of 2016. Give yourself a hand. You have all done me a great honor by allowing me to be a member of your class. And of course, you've brought great honor to yourselves, to your families, to your professors, for earning this great degree from this glorious institution. But as you stand here on the verge of leaving this great place, you need to ask yourselves the big question everybody's asking, which is, now what? And I know a lot of you have already decided on your next steps. You have a job, a project. Some of you are going to graduate school, which, as I know, is the snooze button on the alarm clock of life. Let's be honest. That is great. But whatever you have decided you're going to do, you're going to have to confront, actually, you're going to have to continue to confront one of the great central questions of life. It's actually one of the central dilemmas of the human condition. And that is, how are you going to balance the demands that you're going to face as self-regarding, self-motivated, self-actualized individuals with the countervailing social obligations, interests, and inclinations every human being faces? Here's the problem in a nutshell. You're individuals, but you're also social beings. You are at once impelled by forces you yourself unleash in your own lives, as well as the forces that flow from the society that surrounds you. You are accountable to yourselves, but you're also accountable to the social institutions, the norms, and the rules that are going to guide you and that have guided you. And one of the most important and never-ending jobs you're going to have is to balance and actually enhance those competing pools on your life, and that's what I want to talk about today. How will you, or how should you, strike this balance? Naturally, I'm here, you're there, so I'm going to be the one giving you the advice, okay? History is full of people who have tried to convince us that life is actually either a purely individual journey or an equally purely social one. The self-actualization crowd, the maximum individual liberty folks, would have us believe that we have no real obligation to anyone but ourselves, and no responsibility to anyone but ourselves, that we can achieve amazing things on our own. Bootstraps are often used as a metaphor. The collectivists, on the other hand, tempt us with equally simplistic visions of a world where humans are nothing more than mere members of a larger social group. The individual in this view is but a random atom in a vast, immutable, unchangeable universe. Unfortunately, neither extreme is true. The world of unfettered individualism, for example, the state of nature, it turns out, is less optimal for actual individual freedom than pure individualism requires. Without a robust social context, and I look at my fellow political scientists here, life can be rather stark. In Thomas Hobbes' memorable phrase, it was solitary, poor, nasty, brutish, and short. To liberate themselves from such a world, rational, freedom-seeking individuals will logically consent to bind themselves to a social contract, that is, not to live by themselves. This was the way John Locke saw it, and in his view, these freedom-loving human beings will agree to give up certain theoretical freedoms in order to enjoy the individual protections a settled society can offer them. His argument is that while the state of nature is in theory absolutely positively free of any formal constraints on anyone's freedom, it is practically full of them. For example, the free exercise of individual entrepreneurship is not likely to happen where property rights are not safeguarded. Free expression is not likely to exist in a place that allows random but powerful people to intimidate you. Unsafe neighborhoods are not good places to be what you want to be and do what you want to do. A state of nature full of wild animals, marauding bands of thugs, and no public goods is not a place conducive to self-actualization. And the constant search for food, clothing, and shelter in the state of nature does not leave much time for self-actualization. So the idea is that the purely individualist approach to life is actually impractical. The individual does not do so well in that purely free world. On the other hand, the opposite, the communitarian approach, doesn't work so well either. The old Soviet Union, which was intended as a workers' paradise, actually wasn't so great. It turned out it was pretty bad for workers. It turned out it was also bad for consumers and for entrepreneurs and for anyone else who wanted a decent life. In fact, the USSR wasn't all that great for its leaders, who were always looking over their shoulders, afraid that someone might be trying to take their jobs or their life. Life in the socialist paradise, it turns out, looked a lot like life in the state of nature. Intrusive, maybe, not so solitary, but also poor, nasty, brutish, and very often short. The problem is that neither extreme, an asocial or a purely social context, can deliver on the promise of a fulsome and really free life. That life requires a capacity for self-growth. It also requires an environment that promotes that self-growth. The dilemma is illustrated by our own national history. It took the cooperative action of the founders of the Republic to liberate the colonies from Great Britain. On the other hand, cooperative action also formally consigned generations of Americans to slavery. And it took a broadly shared attachment to the principle of individual liberty and the collective action of a civil war to secure the liberation of those enslaved individuals. It took a broad social effort to keep women in the United States from voting for the first 144 years of the Republic. And it required the concerted and combined effort of many Americans using the framework of the Constitution to win that right to vote in the 20th century. Finally, it took a collective will to forbid Americans from enjoying basic rights simply because of who they loved. But it also took an institution of that same collective will, the federal judicial system, and actually a Dickinson alumnus, John Jones. Let's give him a round of applause. To begin to free our fellow Americans from this particular barrier to individual freedom. This eternal conflict between the self and the collective exists within us as well as between us in our society. We human beings are a jumble of conflicting impulses. We are both self-regarding and reciprocating animals. We are both individualistic and social beings. Psychologists, evolutionary biologists, behavioral economists, political scientists, and many others observe this interior human conflict. Even Adam Smith, the putative champion of unfettered individual effort, was ambivalent about what animated human beings. On the one hand, the wealth of nations, he seemed to attribute the welfare of our society and our economy to the magic of the invisible hand, itself the product of the free interaction of autonomous human beings pursuing their own selfish interests. As he wrote in 1776, it is not from the benevolence of the butcher or the brewer or the baker that we expect our dinner, but from their regard to their own self-interest. But as Adam Smith also observed, human beings are animated by something more than simple self-interest. In the theory of moral sentiments, he suggested that society is also full of human beings who constantly show a fellow feeling, that it coexists with and softens those human selfish urges. Thus, the dilemma that you actually face in our daily lives. What kind of people are we? Are we self-regarding pursuers of personal advantage, or are we social animals perpetually interested in the welfare of others? Or are we both? You'll struggle to balance these competing strands of the human dilemma throughout your lives, and as you do, please resist the temptation to throw your arms in the air and retreat to wishful thinking, seductive generalizations, half-baked theories, or anecdotal cures. You're too smart for that. You're Dickinson graduates. Understand that there are simply no easy answers to how we reconcile the social and individual dimensions of our beings. In his most recent book, The Road to Character, David Brooks talked about this dilemma. On the one hand, he suggests our nation has made some pretty impressive strides toward individual liberation since World War II. While we still have much work to do, women, people of color, members of the LGBTQ community are freer to define themselves today than they were at any other time in our nation's history. On the other hand, the very institutions, the social forces, laws, and conventions that promoted and produced that liberation have been diminished. The shift to individual liberation has been accompanied by an unfortunate weakening of many of our social capabilities. The group has given way to the individual. Institutionalized social interaction has given way to bowling alone. And again, this is a problem. Self-actualization does not occur in a social vacuum. It needs a society that in so many ways encourages, sustains, and protects individuals pursuing that self-actualization. So how do we reinvigorate our social capacity to encourage individual liberation? How do we make those two things work together? There are four contexts, briefly, that I want to talk about. First, your family. Your community, second. Third, our democracy. And fourth, this place, Dickinson College. Let me start with the family. Your quest for individual meaning will greatly be influenced by the nature of the family relationships you build and sustain throughout your lives. You will want, therefore, to build a family that will fuel your individualism with the things healthy families are uniquely equipped to provide: love, encouragement, and affirmation. Second, the social key to individual vigor is your community. You will inevitably make your personal journey with the community, within the community that surrounds you. You therefore have an obligation to contribute to the design and the health of that community. You have an obligation to help make sure that the community is one where the social norms and rules actually enable and facilitate the individual growth that you want. Individual growth cannot take place in a community that is dedicated to sterile conformity, nor can individual growth take place in a hermetic isolation in a community. Third, you're going to need to make sure the rules you labor under promote the individualism you seek, and that means your democracy needs you. It is indeed tempting to be indifferent and scornful toward a political system that today absolutely is worthy of actually both of those things. But a democracy can't survive either the indifference or the scorn of its citizens. This is especially true of citizens who want to protect and grow their capacity for self-actualization and who want to exercise their free will. Finally, from this day on, Dickinson College will figure prominently in your lives, and they will define you, that connection with Dickinson as an individual. When you leave here today, you will leave as both the hardy individuals you have made yourselves while you were here and as members of the Dickinson College class of 2016. From this day on, even beyond the grave, you will be known as Dickinson alumni. So as this already elite institution becomes even more elite in the years ahead, that will redound to your credit. That will be a social mark that directly tells the world who you are forever. This means, of course, that you will have a concrete interest in contributing to the continual improvement of this place. And I have nothing to do with the development office here, just pointing that out. But Dickinson helped turn you into the person you are today. And so you have a responsibility to make sure that Dickinson remains the kind of place that allows those who follow you to shape their lives. The point is that you will have to navigate your life between the twin challenges of a life as an individual and life as a member of society. And while there are conflicts between these two, they are not contradictory. They are mutually supportive. In fact, you will need to figure out how to reconcile these two contexts. We need you to be strong and free, and we need a strong society that helps you be just that. So celebrate your graduation for the extraordinary achievement that it is. At the same time, recognize the great work it has equipped you to perform. Use the things you learned here to enrich your lives as individuals, pursuing your own dreams and your own life goals. But use these things, too, to enrich the social institutions that you will need to ensure that you will be free forever to pursue those dreams and life goals. Build strong lives and build a healthy world around you. Resist the temptation to see the world as the simple sum total of the individual quests of you and your peers, or an equally simple and equally wrong-headed view of the world as totally irrelevant to your individual quests. You are an individual, and you are a member of a society. And that must be designed, that society, to support your individualism. So pay attention to your families, pay attention to your communities, strengthen your democracy, and remember Dickinson. Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you so much, Governor Wolf, for your remarks.
Students at Dickinson who satisfy all requirements for graduation qualify for either a Bachelor of Arts degree or a Bachelor of Science degree. The degree each graduating senior will receive today is identified next to his or her name in the printed commencement program. Will all of the candidates for the Bachelor of Arts degree and the Bachelor of Science degree please rise and remain in your places? President Roseman, I hereby confirm that each of the degree candidates standing before us has completed all of the requirements for either the Bachelor of Arts degree or the Bachelor of Science degree.
Upon the recommendation of the faculty to the Board of Trustees and with the board's mandamus, I confer upon each of you the degree appropriate to the program of study you have completed in Cursu, with all of the rights, privileges, and distinction thereunto appertaining. In token of which, I shall present each of you your diploma and grant you the right to wear the hood appropriate to your degree. You may now move your tassels from right to left. Welcome, new alumni of Dickinson.
Please be seated. We shall now commence with the awarding of the bachelor degrees. Graduates, please remain seated until the members of the faculty serving as assistant marshals indicate that you should come forward a few rows at a time to receive your hoods and your diplomas. It's traditional at commencement exercises at Dickinson for each graduating senior to descend what are affectionately known as the Old Stone Steps of Old West, the oldest structure on our campus, as he or she approaches the podium to receive the bachelor's degree. Today's graduates will come down the steps as Professor Elena Duge, the Secretary of the Faculty, reads their names. Continuing a tradition started several years ago, I'm pleased to welcome two alumni today to open the doors of Old West so that the graduates can descend the Old Stone Steps. The two alumni with us today are Ms. Casey Colburn, class of 2015, representing our most recent alumni, and her grandfather, John Colborn, Senior, class of 1952, representing our more senior alumni. Please welcome them as they open the doors for the graduates. It is now my task to engage in the age-old tradition ascribed variously to the ancient Greeks, Hebrews, and Chinese of providing filler. That is, I will be giving you some information about the graduating class until they're ready to march down. The class of 2016 is composed of 527 graduates. 40% of the class of 2016 graduate with Latin honors, either summa cum laude, magna cum laude, or cum laude. Last year's class, with no interest in discouraging the class of 2015, but it was only 36%. So this is a very, very, very distinguished class. 76% of the graduates will be awarded a Bachelor of Arts degree, and 24% will be awarded a Bachelor of Science degree. 58% of this graduating class studied off campus at some point during their undergraduate degrees. 44% of the men and 66% of the women studied abroad. 52% of the students of color at Dickinson studied abroad, a percentage far higher than the national average. 48% of the students majoring in the sciences also studied abroad, again, a figure far higher than the national average. We ready? Okay. And so here we have the class of 2016.
Yay.
Madam President, the seniors are ready to receive their degrees. Zachary W. Abbott.
Can you hear her with the mic on? Read it again. Read it again. Read it.
Zachary W. Abbott. Anya Olga Francis Aboud. Assisting in the awarding of the degree is her cousin, Michael John Pennington, class of 2007. Michael Anthony Abu. Catherine Rose Acasella. Elena Kaylin Adams. Frida Adu Brampong. Andrew J. Afsahi. Theodore Daisha Eroldi. Madison Ali Ali. Assisting in the awarding of the degree is her uncle, Albert A. Ali, class of 1960. Aaron Vernon Ammerman. Ethan Lowry Andrews. Valerie Michelle Andreyko. Brandon Scott Angradi. Bria Simone Antoine. Sterling Pacifica Arjona. Charlotte Elsa Arma. Amelia Pirinova Atanasova. Taya Rubin Oja. Andrew Adams Babridge. Leonard J. Bacon Schoen. Shangi Bai. Grover Nicholas Bailey.
Assisting.
Grover Nicholas Bailey. Assisting in the awarding of the degree is his sister, Elizabeth F. Bailey, class of 2012. Mamadou Ali Baldi. Alexa Jane Balanik. Juliet Aladia Ann Bastarash. Cynthia Louise Bauer. Nicholas John Baxter. Sally Lou Velasco. Alexa Catherine Bell. Assisting in the awarding of the degree is her brother, Andrew C. Bell, class of 2014. Samantha Jane Bellissimo. David Charles Bertram. Luke Alden Bessa. Alex Robert Bialco. Brandon Thomas Berth. Tara Wallen Black. Bailey Elizabeth Blanchard. Cassandra M. Blyler. Samuel Neil Bogan. Gregory Wilson Bowles. Joshua Eugene Bonner. Trevor Roy Bossy. Nicholas Botti. Matthew Clark Bolton. Assisting in the awarding of the degree is his father, Richard Bolton, class of 1965. Ryan Timothy Bausman. Alexandra Christine Bova. Mary Isabel Boyce. Claire Elise Browdy. Madden Paige Bramer. Ashley Paige Brennan. Isabel Sophia Brayfogle. Matthew Carl Brinkerhoff. Catherine M. Brody. Adrian Renee Brown. Brianna Latrice Brown. Isabel Howell Brown. Susan Seitz Buckenmeyer. Kendall Noel Busby. Olivia Grace Calcaterra. Grace Elizabeth Camus. Tu Kam Kao. Courtney Elizabeth Capella. Catherine Elizabeth Cargill. Desmond Suen Carpenter. Lanice Nicole Carpenter. Mara Francis Cassidy. Madison Jane Cerny. Madeline Cushing Chandler. Tiffany Lee Chin. Christine Choi. Gabriel Michael Chongling. David Richard Chow. Joel Taylor Chichak. Assisting in the awarding of the degree is his sister, Tessa S. Chichak, class of 2013.
Are you a Dickinson? No, I graduated.
Simon Gaetano Chicarilla. Barry Rose Sergbo. Caroline Gallagher Clancy. David Joseph Clemens. Christopher P. Clementi. Casey Ann Cliff. Michelle Elizabeth Klinger. Abigail Elise Colby. Assisting in the awarding of the degree is her mother, Diane Murray Colby, class of 1982, and her grandfather, James H. Murray, class of 1950. David Christian Collins. Kathleen Sarah Collins. David Thomas Cook. Assisting in the awarding of the degree is his father, Thomas D. Cook, class of 1985. Bridget Markey Corbin. Lillian Sarah Corman. Micah Corso Finney. Assisting in the awarding of the degree is his brother, Ali Corso Finney, class of 2010. Matthew Ryan Cowell. Hattie Ingeborg Rose Cowles. Daniel Ray Cox. Arland Davis Crandall. Blake Matthew Crinclaw. Michelle Renee Crouch. Drew Elizabeth Crowley. Assisting in the awarding of the degree is her sister, Alyssa Crowley Liskay, and her brother-in-law, Ian A. Liskay, both class of 2009. Kristen Lee Cunningham. Lauren Ann Cutler. Taylor Murphy Braxton Dameron. Shirlane Vita Alita Davis. Emily Zoe Davis. Evan Ross Davis. Caitlin Victoria DeFazio. Nicholas John Della Vecchia. Jason William Daneberg. George Peter DeRosa. Valencia Maria de Santos Crespi. Sean Stefan Davini. Assisting in the awarding of the degree is his brother, Tristan M. Davini, class of 2010. Jacob Frederick DeWolf. Eddie Michael Diamantis. Sydney Alana Diamond. Assisting in the awarding of the degree is her father, Joseph P. Diamond, class of 1984. Charles Yohe Dickey. Andrew Michael Kai DiNardo. John Macklin Dinsmore. Thomas Eric Dirks. Casey Elizabeth Ditzler. Caitlin Marie Doak. Ryan Alexander Dolan. Julia Stern Dollinger. Callan Elizabeth Donovan. Paige Wexler Wilson Dougherty. Brian Jeffrey Downing. Kevin Patrick Doyle. Samuel Nathan Drapkin. Margaret Newberry Drake. Brianna Marie Dudiak.
Hi. Thank you.
Shelby Faith Duncan. Nikki Alexandra Kaur Dutta. Luke Zachariah Waywood Dwan. Grace Victoria Adelson. Jessica Nicole Edenfield. Max Ejena. Magdalena Pastor Eggert. Santiago Xavier Gonzalez Elizalde. Nadim Josiah El Jarudi. Madonna Bamani Enwe. Danielle Sarah Epstein. Tess Leanne Fagan. Anne E. Farina. Assisting in the awarding of the degree is her brother, Kyle Farina, class of 2014. Alexandra Elizabeth Farrand. Hannah Ray Feinberg. Erin Elizabeth Fannerty. Assisting in the awarding of the degree is her brother, James M. Fannerty, class of 2013. Megan Elizabeth Fish. Lawrence Aiden Fitzmaurice. Jessica Lori Fleisch. Kai Yi Amelia Fong. Wylin Julie Fong. Assisting in the awarding of the degree is her brother, Joshua Fong, class of 2011. Jenna Rose Forte. Assisting in the awarding of the degree is her mother, Lucia Scarano, class of 1981, and her brother, Daniel J. Forte, class of 2010. David Quentin Foster. Geraldine Francisco. Joseph Austin Frank. Kobe Frankel. Jacob Jackson French. Assisting in the awarding of the degree is his uncle, Justin Edward French, class of 2002. Gabriel Bernstein Frankel. Evan Marks Freed. Assisting in the awarding of the degree is his brother, Jordan A. Freed, class of 2013. Emily Lynn Fredland. Clara Madeline Fritz. Nicole Elizabeth Fronsdahl. Nicholas Akira Fukuda. Emily Devlin Fuss. Michael Andrew Galamba. Bartholomew Ward Gallagher. Jiai Chao. Oliver Edwin Gates. Assisting in the awarding of the degree is his stepsister, Talia A. Rooney, class of 2010. Amanda Catherine Gauthier. Lauren Elizabeth Gassner. Jared Michael Ginsberg. Alexandra Margaret Goodson. Wesley Adam Gottesman. Stephanie Davenport Gowing. Zev Joshua Greenberg. Ryan Gregg. Brandon Robert Griest. William Foster Guinan Jr. Samantha Irene Gullick. Kai Guo. Jason Forrest Gus. Andrew Connor Hobb. Tyler Charles Hansen. Elizabeth Stewart Hardison. Jonathan Brett Harper. Tess Marill Harrington. Isabel Virginia Harrison. Hondokar Imran Wazir Hassan. Peter Ashbridge Haas. Julia Dalton Hayden. Samuel Thomas Hayden. Carolyn Rose Helfand. Courtney Elizabeth Helt. Claire Louise Werner Henriquez. Alejandro Heredia. Jessica Sarah Herman. Clayton Axford Havey. Jacob O. Habe. Austin Tyler High. Ted Patrick Hinnenkamp. Molly Kathleen Hogan. Assisting in the awarding of the degree is her aunt, Margaret M. Hogan, class of 1993. Cassandra Elizabeth Halbert. Gibson Finch Holland. Trevor Thomas Hollinger. Pia Karina Hotmeyer. Leanne Marie Hoppers. Gregory Ryan Horn. John Dranoff Horowitz. Elias Everett Howard. Ian Gregory Howard. Barris Grace Humphrey.
Rhymes with son, John.
John Shan Huron.
Thank you.
Sheila Gloria Husha. Gloria Wang. Assisting in the awarding of the degree is her father, Dong S. Huang, class of 1985, and her sister, Shelley Wang, class of 2012. Alfred Hilton Day. Kathleen Margaret Jarman. Emma Catherine Jenkins. Mackenzie Joan Johnson. Kristen Murphy Jones. Claire Marie Youngman. Kyle Cheney Kuchadurian. Assisting in the awarding of the degree is his brother, Derek G. Kuchadurian, class of 2014. Elizabeth Helen Kale. Luke Kang. Timoteo Teofilio Kang. Emily Carolyn Caplita. Alan John Carrickhoff. Rachel Ruth Carmen. Caroline Elizabeth Carwell. Emily Rebecca Katz. Benjamin Charles Howard Kaufman. Howard Jacob Keenan. Patrick Henry Keenan. Brayden Conrad Kelly. Robert Kimball Kendall. Samantha Kate Kennedy. Kun Il Kim. Christopher Ryan King. Sarah Rachel Klein. Assisting in the awarding of the degree is her mother, Karen Walsa Klein, and her father, Joseph B. Klein, both class of 1985. Michael Daniel Klim. Jessica Atlinger Klimoff. Caitlin Elizabeth Klockner. Liza Mina Napfadani. John Anderson Nisley. William Hardy Katitsky. Patricia Ann Cotrady. Silvana Christina Krines. Rachel Lauren Crookton. Molly Elizabeth Kolboski. Garrett Evan Kurtz. Madeline Claire Kushlin. Assisting in the awarding of the degree is her mother, Heidi Miller Kushlin, class of 1984, and her sister, Gabriel Kushlin Rusin, class of 2012. Jana Alice Lam. Trevor Michael Lang. Elizabeth Marie Lanningan. Casey L. Latorre. Madison Sands Lawson. Megan Elaine Lehman. Hugh Kin Lee. Catherine Ward Ledwick. Gu Ho Lee. Jamin Lee. Timothy Clayton Luhotsky. Assisting in the awarding of the degree is his mother, Dot Luhotsky, a member of the Dickinson College staff. Michael Kurt Lenker. Yuan Lin. Kyle Louis Liss. Assisting in the awarding of the degree is his aunt, Diane Hickman Liss, class of 1982. His uncle, Frederick Liss, class of 1981, and his uncle, Robert G. Liss, class of 1976. Gabriel Tantenko Lorenzo. David J. Linus. Assisting in the awarding of the degree is his brother, Sean B. Linus, class of 2011. Hanyu Ma. Jill Meyer Ma. Cedric Jahir Madden. Chrysanthi Magidis. Assisting in the awarding of the degree is her mother, Maria Anastasiathi, and her father, Christophilis Magidis, both members of the Dickinson College faculty. Jillian Claire Anderson Maguire. Maura Faye Mahoney. Jaden Heather Makovsky. Tarutra Malhotra. Julia Baron Malloy. Maxwell Paul Malaberti. Assisting in the awarding of the degree is his father, Greg W. Malaberti, class of 1986, and his sister, Sydney Malaberti Atwood, class of 2010. Dalton John Maltz. Mark Stephen Manganaro. Assisting in the awarding of the degree is his brother, Matthew S. Manganaro, class of 2009. Elizabeth Brooke Marenka. John Michael Margovich. Abigail Olivia Marriott. Assisting in the awarding of the degree is her aunt, Mary Marriott Broadhurst, class of 1990. Jamel Joseph Martin. Hannah Webster Matlock. Katie Brams Mattern. John W. Mayers III. Brian Patrick McLeod. Grace Margaret McCrocklin. Aiden Kyle McDonald. Brianna Margaret McFarland. Andrew Shriver McGowan. Tiffany Renee McIntosh. Connor James McLaughlin. Zachary David McMullen. Angela Mare Madrano. Taylor Ann Meehan. Patrick Yuang Ming Meyer. Jacob Michael Maluski. Christopher Roger Menard. Michelle Amanda Matkoff. Isabel Pearl Minasian. Marissa Lynn Mitchell. Tucker Andrew Mitchell. Georgia Ann Moorbacher.
Hiya, George.
Catherine Nicole Moradian. Piper Lee Moore. Rachel Lynn Moore. Andrew Robert Morgan. Jennifer Mary Marisi. Assisting in the awarding of the degree is her brother, Christopher R. Marisi, class of 2005. Michael William Mühlberger. Catherine Alyssa Mueller. Grace Claire Mulcahy. Jacob Tyler Myers. Julia Lynn Nadeau. Nadia Hagedi Baradaran Hajar. Catherine Eileen Natoli. Sahil Rajiv Shiv Nayar. Phuong Nguyen, Mi Nguyen Tra, Stina Newman, Catherine Elizabeth Nurnberg, William Cody Nixon, Bryn Ross Nolan, Jonathan Ray Northridge. Assisting in the awarding of the degree is his aunt, Sarah Barricott, and his uncle, Michael Northridge, both class of 1981. Marie Noel Obianuyu Wokolo. Catherine Merle Albrecht. Assisting in the awarding of the degree is her cousin, Charles A. Peace, class of 2007. Mariah Celine O'Malley. Megan Brayton Asborn. Cam Perkins O'Shaughnessy. Anders Eugene Overhog. Audrey Tour Owens. Edwin Jordan Padilla. Rosemary Lillian Palmieri. Ryan James Parody. Ji Young Faith Park. Graham Michael Parson. Maxwell McLearn Patterson. Sarah Grace Pattis. Sarah Elizabeth Pelletier. D. Bang. Brighton John Paternal. Jamie Nicole Phillips. Assisting in the awarding of the degree is her mother, Susan Ruland Phillips, class of 1982. Siobhan Elizabeth Pierce. Douglas Miles Pearsall. Carly Elizabeth Pearson. Nicole Catherine Pyatt. Assisting in the awarding of the degree is her father, Christopher Pyatt, class of 1980. Elizabeth Ann Placencia. Myri Kaya Phyllis Poisson. Jeremy Robert James Posner. Alexander James Prudhomme. Abigail May Preston. Matthew Carter Primavera. Santiago Gaspar Prink. Rebecca Emerson Probst. Assisting in the awarding of the degree is her uncle, Ashton Nichols, a member of the Dickinson College faculty. Ryan Robert Prata. Rachel Elizabeth Pravazza. Joel Andrew Prussian. Assisting in the awarding of the degree is his grandfather, Daniel Parlin, class of 1955. Anastasia Vanya Putri. Emily Michelle Rabinek. Rebecca Kathleen Race. Hartwell Thomas Rainey V. Nicholas Tate Rader. Colin McElroy Reed. Stephanie Reed. Julia Ann Redden. Victoria Alberta Reed. Megan Elizabeth Reynolds. Hannah Corin Rich. Isabel Guthrie Richards. Samuel Lockrow Richards. Carrie Ann Richmond. Jacqueline Nicole Rigney. Robert Brooks Rinaldo. Harris Reisel. Shivani Neha Rishi. Lily Elise Roberts. James Ryan Robertson. Isaac Hilson Rogers. Russell Hayes Rollo. Charles McAllister Roos. John James Root. Nicole Marie Rowe. Christina Elizabeth Roth. Morris H. Royce. Kevin Cassidy Rubinstein. Max Oliver Rubinstein. Clara Jean Russell. Hannah Amsden Sacra. Asir Saeed. Christian Keith Salem. Matthew Joseph Sansevier. Assisting in the awarding of the degree is his brother, Robert M. Sansevier, class of 2014. Caio Felipe Cesar Santos Rodriguez. Ezra Rigel Sassaman. Yuki J. Sato. Bran Scardapane. Isaac Joseph Shaphorst. Rachel Lynn Schilling. Patrick Thomas Schlecker. Isaac Thomas Schlotterbeck. Jacob Justin Schreier. Emma Lauren Schultz. Alexander Oliphant Schwartz. Joshua Tyler Schwartz. Anthony Sosha. Rachel Ann Sclafani. Madison Ann Scott. Raymond Gregory Selhausen. Stephanie Pascal Sells. Daniel B. Schaefer. Mark Robert Schaefer. Yu Tong Shang. Jared Nathan Shapiro. Michaela Francis Shaw. Tessa Marie Schaefer. Mackenzie Francis Shelgren. Nicholas Robert Shepard. Cheering Yanni Sherper. Gregory Michael Schildkraut. Stefan Michael Sieg. Assisting in the awarding of the degree is his brother, Robert P. Sieg, class of 2010. Samantha Marie Siegfried. Cameron Lane Symes. Assisting in the awarding of the degree is his brother, Joshua Sims, class of 2014. Laura Ann Silverman. Zachary Adams Simmons. Leah Jane Sims. Joshua Adam Singer. Rachel Georgia Claire Cisco. Kelsey Madeline Slaughter. Charles Ethan Slusher. Assisting in the awarding of the degree is his mother, Barbara Stausch Slusher, class of 1986. Austin McLean Ekstrom Smith. Emily Frances Smith. Emily Sarah Smith. Nicole Lynn Smith. Rachel Marie Smith. Assisting in the awarding of the degree is her aunt, Jill Smith Carolenberg, class of 1992. Rebecca Ann Smith. Assisting in the awarding of the degree is her sister, Sarah Smith, class of 2009. Rachel Taylor Smolskis. Aisha Zahir Soliman. Assisting in the awarding of the degree are her brothers Adil Z. Soliman, class of 2008, Adnan Z. Soliman, class of 2010, and Adine Z. Soliman, class of 2014. Evan Andrew Solomon. Shayna E. Solomon. Maretta Rose Son. Christopher Matthew Solis. Derek Ryan Spanelis. Peter G. Stefanovic. Sydney Margaret Stern. Alyssa Nicole Stillwell. Adrian Fitch Stone. Mackenzie Holland Strickland. Madeline Ingrid Strumbach. Tiffany Strong. Taylor Ann Sullivan. Assisting in the awarding of the degree is her stepmother, Lynn Sullivan, a member of the Dickinson College staff. Thomas Michael Supinka. Assisting in the awarding of the degree is his father, Michael J. Supinka, class of 1980. Rachel Haywood Suppuck. Anthony Joseph Servilla. Anine Lauren Suss. Erin Elizabeth Sutphen. Jessica Ann Sykes. Sarah Melvin Talmadge. Mark David Tambusi, Jr. Assisting in the awarding of the degree is his mother, Sarah Ellen Tambusi, and his father, Mark D. Tambusi, Sr., both class of 1987. Lindsay Kiana Tanabe. Juntian Tao. Maria Talinko. Anthony Louis Thane. Hannah Danielle Tarian. Carita Miller Thomas. Gianna Christine Tolia. Nicholas Holland Toole. Assisting in the awarding of the degree is his brother, Alexander J. Toole, class of 2014. Harrison Oren Turok. Yesenia Tostado. William Andrew Trevanan. Trong Ha Truong. Eric Christian Tudor. Jordan James Turner. Sarah Aubrey Tyberg. Amelia Mikot Valentino. Ryan Arsenio Robert Von Vliet. Andy Vargas. Tatiana Lyubov Verosh. Victoria Ann Vinal. Frank Charles Vitali IV. George Johnston Boris. Tao Phuong Vu. Elizabeth Jeanette Vucinic. Anna Grace Wegman. Joseph George Wegman. Assisting in the awarding of the degree is his daughter, Anna Grace Wegman, class of 2016. Edward Denny Wagner. Sarah Frances Wakefield.
Thank you.
Assisting in the awarding of the degree is her father, Harold Wakefield, a member of the Dickinson College staff. Amy Elizabeth Walsh. Brendan John Walsh. Li Bing Wang. Miles Ward. Alyssa Pickle Wardwell. Jared Matthew Warzala. Assisting in the awarding of the degree is his sister, Rachel Warzala Chesley, class of 2011, and his brother-in-law, Andrew L. Chesley, class of 2013. Samuel David Weinstein. Catherine Elizabeth Wenger. Assisting in the awarding of the degree is her father, Kip Wenger, class of 1981. Philip Joachim Werner. Taylor Marie Wernert. Elizabeth Cardo Wilford. Assisting in the awarding of the degree is her cousin, J. Spencer Caraha, class of 2008. Graham Peter Williams. Rachel Imani Williams. Sean W. Wilson II. Faith Alexis Wilwarding. Rebecca Wood Windsor. Zephram Cochran Wolf. Theodore Joseph Xenophon. Suyadana. D. Young. Yang. Su Cheng Yang. Shannon Haley Zangus. Katie Lure Zawarski. Zhui Wang. Shring Jia. Barrett W. Ziegler. Colleen Patricia Zolti.
At some point, it was just too many, and I felt like it was too much pressure and I collapsed in the middle, and then I collected myself.
You were fine. We got all the legacies read, so...
One is this too, it was just like... And the thing that I should have... The earlier I get it, it's like, I need to...
How many? 93.
I now invite senior members of the college choir to come forward and lead us in the singing of the alma mater. As they come forward, I would like to point out one other tradition of these commencement ceremonies. Some of you may have noticed students with various colored hats serving as ushers. All are the newest members of our 3 honorary hat societies. Just moments ago, several women with blue hats walked through the crowd in procession. These are a few of the rising senior members of Wheel and Chain, which was founded in 1924. Since 1981, this organization has had the honor of ringing the Denny Bell to signify the conclusion of the commencement ceremonies. After walking through the gathered crowd, they stand in line on the sidewalk, leading from Old West diagonally to the corner nearest the Denny Bell Tower. At the conclusion of the alma mater, the women will throw their hats in succession, signaling the member in Denny Hall to ring the bell 1 time and then 6 more in honor of the class of 2016. Now, let us sing the alma mater.